All right. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders apostles of GMS who rule well. Salute you brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity and strength and power. YAHAWASHI. Right? We out here to gather the elect of Israel, which consists of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the King James Bible. Right? And we're going to start off with prophesying the downfall and the destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America, okay, aka Sodom and Gomorrah, okay. This is matter of fact, this is Malachi, right? Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh. Salaki. This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. All right, so I read that again. This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. So what they're going into is thermonuclear destruction, because that's the condition that those nukes, those 200 million nukes is going to bring to America. It's going to burn as an oven, man. Okay? That's what it's going to do, man. It's going to burn as an oven. Okay? This Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And you got plenty of proud spirits that's walking around in America. 2/3, and you got Edomites and these other nations. Okay? Biblical prophecy. America apocalypto. Okay? Starring Jacob and Esau. No one can outrun their destiny. Okay? So that's what's coming to America. A day that is going to burn as an oven. Okay? So this is what Malachi is seeing. He's seeing a day that's going to burn as an oven. And what he's seeing is this: thermonuclear destruction. Okay? This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So what it is from the foundation all the way up to the top of this society is going to be burnt, and the people that's in it is going to be burnt right along with America. Okay? And Ezra's seen the same thing. Okay? Ezra's seen the same thing. He's seen the same thing that Malachi seen, because Ezra was trying to figure out when was the kingdom going to come for the nation of Israel, and he was asking the angel, and the angel was giving him visions in part set up by YAHAWASHI. Back then it was the Most High, but now today we say YAHAWASHI. Right? So I'm going to 2nd Ezra, right? Show you where Ezra's seen it at. This 2nd Ezra 4:48. 2nd Ezra 4:48. So I stood and saw, and behold, a hot burning oven passing by before me, and it happened that when the flame was going by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. So he seen that hot burning oven. So Ezra seen it too. And like I was saying, when you read Ezra was trying to find out when the kingdom was gonna come and what Israel was gonna have to go through. But the Most High gave Ezra visions in part, okay? So we can have them on this side, okay? This is Second Ezra 4 and 48. And I stood and saw, behold, a hot burning oven passing by before me. And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. Okay? Verse 49. And after this, there passed before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drops remained still. Okay? So this is what Ezra is seeing in this vision. Okay? Now this is what he's seeing in this vision, and that's what Malachi seen, the same thing. The day was gonna burn as an oven, okay? And that's what's gonna cause it to burn as an oven, man, okay? That's what Ezra seen, what was gonna cause where Israel was at, gonna burn as an oven, okay? So he's seen this taking place in the vision, okay? And that's prophecy, okay? This Second Ezra 4 and 48. So I stood and saw, behold, a hot burning oven passing by before me. And it happened that when the flame was going by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. Verse 49. And after this, there passed by before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drops remained still. Okay, the drops remain still. Those drops are key. Okay, remember those drops, because that's key. And it says, then said he unto me, consider, meaning look into and study. Okay, that's what consider means, to look into and study. It said, with thyself, as the rain is more than the drops, and as the fire is greater than the smoke, but the drops and the smoke remain behind. So the quantity which is past did more exceed. Verse 51. Then I prayed and said, may I live. Thinkest thou until the time question, or what shall happen in those days? Verse 52. He answered me and said, as for the token whereof thou askest me, I may tell thee of them in part. But as touching thy life, I am not sent to show thee, for I do not know it. So Ezra knew when he seen this vision that he was going to be in it. Okay? So this is, Salaki. Yeah, so when Ezra seen the the water about there, bro. He had it turned around. But yeah, when Ezra seen this vision, he knew that he was going to be in it. So Ezra knew about reincarnation. Re mean back again, incarnation mean in the flesh. So Ezra knew that his spirit was going to be put back in the flesh, and Ezra was going to be around during this time, okay, of this day when it burned as an oven, okay, dealing with thermonuclear destruction, okay. You know, the first death, going back into history, going into prophecy, the first death was the flood, because the Heavenly Father flooded the earth for all the wickedness. And he flooded the earth because of Cain, okay? When you read in the Wisdom of Solomon, he flooded the earth because of Cain and all the wickedness. Now, the descendants in that same spirit of Cain is back here today. And Esau, the so-called white man, is a descendant of, and that same spirit is in the so-called white man, which was in Cain. Now you got to remember, when you read Wisdom of Solomon, it tells you that the earth will flood because of Cain. Now the earth gonna be set on fire because of who? Esau, because of all this wickedness that's up on the earth. Okay? And the first death is the flood. The second death is fire. Okay? And I'll start back up again. This second Ezra, 47. No, I started 48. This second Ezra 4 and 48. So I stood and saw, and behold, a hot burning oven passing by before me. And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remaineth still. Verse 49. And after this, there passed by before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drop still remained. Okay? So we finna find out what those drops are, because that's key. We're gonna jump to 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, and the 27th verse and the 28th verse. Okay? This 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 27, and I'm gonna read to verse 28. Verse 27 first. And among all the multitude of people, thou hast gotten thee one people, which is Israel. Unto thee, this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. Verse 28. And now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people over unto many, and unto the one root hast thou prepared others? And why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? So going back up here to the drops, I read 2nd Ezra 4 and 2nd Ezra 4 and I read 49 and 50. And after this, there passed by before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drops remained still. Then said he unto me, consider, meaning study and look into, with thyself, as the rain is more than the drop, and as the fire is greater than the smoke, but the drop and the smoke remain behind. So the quantity which is past did more exceed. Now I'm gonna read this again, so you can catch it. This 2nd Ezra 5 and 27. And among all the multitude of people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. Verse 28. And now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people over unto many, and unto the one root hast thou prepared others? And why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? Now, pay attention to this, because there's a reason why I read that back and forth like that. And it's a reason why I read about the scatter. Okay? Now we finna jump to verse 36. So this 2nd Ezra 5 and 36. Well, I started at 35. And he said unto me, thou hast not, thou canst not. And I said, wherefore, Lord? Question, whereunto was I born then? Question, or why was not my mother's womb then my grave, that I might have not seen the travail of Jacob, and the worrisome toil of the stock of Israel. Question, verse 36. And he said unto me, number me the things that are not yet come, gather me together the drops that are scattered abroad, make me the flower green again that are withered. So I read that in second. I read that again in Second Ezra 5 and 28. And now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people unto many, and unto the one root hast thou prepared others, and why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? So this Second Ezra 5 and 36. And he said unto me, number me the things that are not yet come, gather me together the drops that are scattered abroad. So what are the drops that are scattered abroad? Israelites. Okay? Make me the flower green again, that we make me the flower green again that are withered. So going back over here to Second Ezra, so now we know what the drops are. Those are Israelites that are scattered. So going back over here to Second Ezra chapter 4, right? Chapter 4, verse 48. So I stood and saw, and behold, a hot burning oven passing by before me. And it happened that when the flame was going by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. Verse 49. And after this, there passed by before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drop remained still. So those drops in that stormy rain was symbolic for Israel being scattered all over the place. Because that's what happens when you see a storm coming, when it's raining. The drops are all over the place. They scatter. Okay? The raindrops are all over the place. They scatter. Verse 50. Then said he unto me, consider, meaning look into and study with thyself, as the rain is more than the drops, and as the fire is greater than the smoke, but the drops and the smoke remain behind. So the quantity which is passed did more exceed. So you're going to have some drops that's going to be, which are scattered Israelites in that hot burning oven. And that's why Ezra was saying this. Verse 51. Then I prayed and said, may I live, thinkest thou, until that time? Question, or what shall happen in those days? He answered me and said, as far as the token whereof thou askest me, meaning because he was asking Ezra was asking the angel, is he going to live? I may tell thee of them in part, because he was asking what was going to happen to Israel and what Israel was going to